Hey beauties, good afternoon to you. Beautiful people, I want you to listen to me and listen to me keenly. One of the things that sort of saddens my heart is when you hear people, when they're cursing people out, or they're, really lambasting them. They say, Goy, you smell like old people. And, one of the things that I love to do is to honor the elderly, for those who deserve it, really. But I honor old people. I respect and I love old people. But it's so bad that when they think of smell, that old people come in the top 5. Because I don't know if it is something that they usually, what you see people do when they're old, it is what they did when they were young. They practice that. You don't just become something else overnight. God had even people who God transforms. There was that seed that was sown, it's just that they never unearth it. Or they have to practice it when they're older. If they never practice it, it becomes arduous. It becomes really difficult. That is why you find that when you're old, if you don't change certain behaviors, certain behavioral patterns, it becomes difficult because it is in your hard drive. Your soul is what drives you to do what you do on a day-to-day basis. It is in your hard drive and you can't get rid of your soul. You're going to kill yourself. You know what I mean? Spiritually, emotionally, and physically. If you try to get rid of your soul. So what you have to do, you have to clean that hard drive by what you start to instill daily, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels unknown, because that is how you unlearn and then relearn and operate differently. Now, it breaks my heart to hear people say you smell like somebody old. It means you smell bad. A good friend of mine was sharing that they visited an elderly family member and they realized the smell was off. And I said, wow, that's sad. It broke my heart. Because we're good friends and we share certain things with each other. And I said, I wanted to vlog on it because sometimes people are unaware of it. You might know that you're not smelling all that great, but because it's you just tolerate it. But if you're going to invite people over and into your space, their senses are higher. Maybe if yours is 2 notch up, theirs is about 4 notches up. So, and it's not nice when you're around somebody and they smell bad. Now watch the scenario. I respect and I love old people because I too am getting older. I'm not getting any younger. I don't know. Even the baby that was just born, if he was 1 day old, tomorrow he's 2. You don't hear he's 1 and then he's 0 days old or she's 0 days old. You're old. Remember, you're old. You're wrinkled and almost, you're shriveled up sort of a look, and then you have bad smell to top it off. You see the picture that I'm painting? That cannot be a good sight and smell in the view or in the purview of a younger person. It gives them that, and that is part and parcel why they're fearful of getting old. We have 6 basic fears: fear of death, fear of the loss of love of someone, meaning somebody stopped loving you, fear of old age, fear of bad finance, something like that. Fear of old age. Yes, because people feel as you get older, you're quicker to the grave. We know that. We do understand that. But also, I think the fear also is compounded, not the only thing, but it is compounded because of the look and the smell. People don't grow old gracefully. Remember, the Bible says, with age brings wisdom. Well, for some people, that is. You have to grow old gracefully because we won't escape the wrinkles. Some will be more wrinkled than some. We won't escape the age spot, and you don't have to be sick. You don't have to lose your mind. Stop making people tell you that. I had to interject that. That is not true. Not for everyone. That is not. Do not accept that in your space. Do not accept that in your psyche. You don't even have to pray about something that is a part of God's will. Above all, I wish for you to prosper even as your soul prospers. So God said, I want you to prosper financially. I want you to prosper spiritually. I want you to prosper emotionally. I want you to prosper psychologically. I want you to prosper educationally. I want you to prosper socially. I want you to prosper mentally. And that prospering and blessing shows up as that you grow old gracefully, that your look, yes, you get older and you're not as youthful. Yes, we do understand that. But you match the age that you're at, or you even look younger, and you smell good. The aroma that your body is offering up is good. That your mouth, the oral is offering up is good. That your hair is offering up is good. It's not nice to come around people who smell bad. I don't like that kind of saying that you smell like somebody old. It is almost, it is now systemic. It is a part of how we speak. I don't like that. I respect the elderly. I love the elderly. And what has happened, because they're old and weaker, sometimes we don't understand if some people are sick. And even if you're ill, it's good to speak with a medical professional who can give you things, remedies that you can use to mitigate the odor. I know one big one that everybody knows of is salt in terms of, like, if people don't have any toothpaste, if you should run out, you can use that to brush your teeth and your tongue. Make sure brush your tongue to the point where you feel like you're gagging, because you have to get that off. And you thing there, what's the other thing? Baking soda. You know, one thing by chance that I realize actually can hold odor down if you don't want to use deodorant. If you're going to your bed, for example, the shea butter. People, I couldn't believe it. I remember I had used a very good deodorant. It is not just about expensive. You know, I always run and think it's just the expense. It's what works with your arm. It was an expensive one, but it started to itch me. And then bumps started to come. I said, oh my God. And I said, I remember that. I remember reading that the shea butter actually can get rid of the eczema, bumps, rashes, and so on. So I said, okay, how am I going to do this? You know what? I'm going to my bed. I took a bath. I took a shower. Going to my bed anyway. And I rubbed the thing. And I said, wait. But it also muffles the smell. You know? It's just that it's greasy. You wouldn't want to wear it to work and all of that, because I don't know if it may not be for 24 hours and it won't prevent sweating. You know, but it actually prevents, it does stop the odor. It's like using a deodorant. And it was by chance I had realized that. Nobody told me that. As I said, it was a bump, and I just said, you know what, let me just rub it. I rub under my arm. I'm not going to wear now since I'm going to my bed. And when I woke up, I said, oh, there's no odor. There's no odor. So there are things that you can use, but you have to practice. You see the rags that are slippery and slimy and nasty, and get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get a good rag. Don't you see those smell bad soap? When I say smell, cheap things that dries the skin and not giving you a good proper shower. Drying out your skin doesn't signify that you bathe properly. You know, people bathe till them white. No, it doesn't signify that. Please. It doesn't signify that. It's a good soap that you need. Use a good deodorant that works well with you. Good cologne for the men. Good perfume for the women. Wash your hair, you know, with a good shampoo and conditioner and so forth. And use these things. And let me interject this. Do not allow somebody to tell you that as you get older too, that you must get sick, lose your mind, die badly. Stop it. That's nonsense. Not everyone is going to die from sickness and disease. Some will pass in their sleep, pass in peace. That's nonsense. Do not accept that. Reject that. That's not true. You don't have to lose your mind or die from some illness that everybody must get. I hear people promulgate a false message. Above all, God says he wants you to prosper even as your soul prospers. So if your soul is a composite of the mind, the will, and the emotions, what he's saying, I want you to prosper spiritually. I want you to prosper financially. I want you to prosper socially. I want you to prosper emotionally. I want you to prosper psychologically. I want you to prosper mentally. I want you to prosper physically. That is what he's saying. So in all facets, he wants you to prosper. That prospering and that blessing grows with you. It's like a metamorphosis as you get older. Not just for the present state, but as you get older, that is what he's saying to you. And if he wants you to prosper physically, he wants you to smell good. He wants you to smell good. Look good and smell good. Yes, you're going to look, you're old and wrinkled and shriveled up and whatnot. But you look good for the age and stage that you're at. You must even look younger than you are. But it breaks my heart to hear people say, you smell like old people. You know that they're saying you don't smell good. You don't smell good. We're living in a day and age where there is information. As you turn on your phone, you don't have to turn on a television now. Your phone starts to tell you this, starts to tell you that, and see, it has the sort of thing that's on your phone that as you talk something, it brings it up. You start to see things come up about that in your feed if you're on social media. But you have to ensure that your hygiene, oral, body, hair, all around is good. You're showing that you're a representation of a fantastic God when you smell good and you look good and carry yourself well. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do share.